Hello, everyone. I'm Lori Henry. I'm the FCS teacher at Spring Lake Park High School, where I've been there for 28 years, mostly teaching culinary arts and early childhood. I want to start by saying thank you to the Minnesota Association for nominating and selecting me as the Minnesota Teacher of the Year. And as you all know, a week ago I was surprised, shocked might be a better word, to be named the National AAFCS Teacher of the Year. What a great honor. So thank you, Minnesota. Thank you to the national organization and Goodhart Wilcox for the sponsorship of the award. So I would like to share with you a little bit about what I submitted. I call it a thesis because it's a lot of work to do to submit your application. My title of my program that I submitted was Making Connections Through Leadership and Diversity. And my abstract statement was, all students, many from diverse backgrounds, experience multiple opportunities to grow as individuals and leaders. They learn and apply employability skills that are essential to being leaders in their home, school, and community. These real-world life skills help students prepare a pathway to career success. By providing experiences in and out of the classroom, students learn and make connections between academics, service learning, and career preparation. I feel that students' lives are influenced by taking my family and consumer science courses. I see each student as an individual. I get to experience the growth of the students as they develop as leaders in their home, school, and community. The skills they learn in the classroom are the essential life skills, including cooking and baking techniques of culinary arts, but also the skills needed to be successful leaders. In addition, the skills of communication, teamwork, time management, critical thinking, acceptance of others, and service learning. According to a 2019 study by Challenger and Gray, 70% of employers say they are having a hard time finding qualified candidates with these soft skills of leadership, decision-making, critical thinking, and willingness to help others. Students in my culinary art classes develop these soft skills, which will make them more viable in their community and workplace. My curriculum focus the past 5 years has been adapted and developed as I saw an increasing need for creating different, diverse community experiences and opportunities for all my students. Differentiation is imperative to a successful classroom. As a suburb of Minneapolis, our school is continuing to evolve into a school with changing demographics. With this in mind, I began to think of ways that I could be creative in teaching life skills while at the same time providing in and out of classroom experiences that are unique and are representative to our school and community. I created a new award called the Golden Spoon. This award is given to a student and/or lab group who have successfully prepared the best product in our culinary arts classroom based on visual appearance, texture, and taste. Prior to the lab, we discussed the components of a good product. The students will evaluate the product, select a winner, have their picture taken, and displayed in the Hall of Fame. This classroom experience encompasses food production skills, safety and sanitation skills, while also incorporating life skills of teamwork, communication, and leadership. And as you know, part of the paper is relating these to national standards, so I won't read them all, but you can probably guess that they have to do with employability skills, demonstrating food safety and sanitation, demonstration of food preparation methods, and use of current technology in food production and marketing. To celebrate diversity and inclusion and getting acquainted, I created something I call Give Me 3. I call upon students to share 3 things. 3 words that describe themselves, 3 things they like to do, and 3 foods that are traditional to their culture. And again, I line them up with the national standards of evaluate the effects of diverse perspective, needs, and characteristics of individuals and families, demonstrate communication skills, analyzing communication skills, effective listening, and feedback. This activity aids culinary arts labs by creating awareness of lab partners, collaboration, and communication. In a recent article published in Work Life newsletter, 2 things can happen when you work as a team. You grow as an individual, and you gain diverse perspectives to create a better end product. My students are also involved in and out of the classroom. In 2019, students collected socks for the Veterans Home, and their goal was to collect 100 socks, and they ended up collecting 278 socks. And again, you were to relate those to the national standards, so I related it to career, community, and family connections, consumer and family resources, and family. The next part talks about your community and high school enrollment, and then showing some charts of how you see the increases in the diverse population in the English language learner and the special ed students. The next part of it was regarding goals and outcomes, and each year as a PLC, many of you do this, have to set personal goals. My second goal was leadership and diversity, which was my professional practice goal, which was to work with ELL teachers to develop strategies to support diverse student needs. So this year, about twice a month, I connect with the ELL department, and they give me some ideas on maybe something that's coming up in my classroom, or something that I say, the students have really struggled. Do you have some pointers for this? We developed flashcards this year with pictures of the cooking terms, as it's a little bit harder for students to understand the definitions. And as we know, some of our terms have many different definitions. So this was a useful tool to a lot of the ELL students. And then the next part had to do with impact statements. And I shared about students that have come into my classroom that were my students in the past and now have pursued culinary arts. One of those was Bernice Reyes, who graduated. She was an FCCLA state officer with me. After she graduated, she went to the Culinary Arts Institute in Hyde Park, New York, and pursued culinary, and now works at Spoon and Stable in downtown Minneapolis. And she comes back to my classroom and talks about her pathway from being in my classroom and then going to college in New York. Tony Lucian, he went a different pathway. He started out going to Duluth thinking he was going to do something in business, and he knew that after being there a year, that wasn't his passion. And he tells the students it's okay to change your career path and to follow your passion. So he is a sous chef at the Lafayette Club in Minnetonka. So I talk about how they come into the classroom, and both of them are diverse themselves and what they shared with the students. And then, of course, another project that I shared, another thing that we did is between my FCCLA chapter and the students in my classroom was what many of you have done, is a food drive. Ours was a soup drive. We called it Soup-Tember. It was for canned foods, actually. And their goal was 500 pounds, and they successfully collected 728 pounds of food throughout the month of September for our local Anoka County food shelf. And then the last part is funding and challenges. And of course, we all know that every year we're writing grants trying to look for funding. So I shared some of that in my paper. And then, of course, our recent challenges with COVID-19 and class sizes. And I ended with, my goal as a family and consumer science teacher is to have all my students, no matter what obstacles are in their way, to believe in themselves and pursue their dreams. I've learned the importance of making those connections, being a good listener, a mentor, a community leader, and a coach. Thank you.